What's up, everyone? This is Ben with the Health Matrix, and I want to break down exactly what the Health Matrix is, the ideas that we're going to talk about here, and more importantly, ways that people can break free of these chains that I'm about to talk about and enter the best possible version of themselves in terms of health. Because let's face it, we're in an era where there is so much information floating around us. A lot of it is out there to keep us sick. A lot of it creates fear and anxiety, and there's a lot of huge money-driven interests against us. And the whole point of this podcast and my coaching in particular is to help people to make the best decisions so that they don't end up falling into these vicious spirals of unhealthy behaviors and more or less disease, which is plaguing humanity in so many different ways. So what is the health matrix? Well, just like the movie The Matrix, it's about fear, it's about control. So if you go out into the healthcare industry, and I'm speaking about America when I talk about this, but I mean the world at large, the Western medical sphere, we are in a really tough bind here because we are taught from a very young age that being sick and having constant medical interventions is a normal part of being healthy and is in fact the way to be the most healthy. I'm not going to go into a lot of the direct interventions that I'm talking about here because this is YouTube friendly and they don't like you to talk about stuff like that. But all I'll say is that natural health and the things that really keep us healthy and have been doing that for thousands of years are not told to us. Very few people talk about this stuff, and the people that do, that are brave enough to go out and actually do this, are encountered with stiff resistance from the same entities that I'm talking about, mainly the pharmaceutical, industrial, medical complex, as I'll call it. And that incorporates also nutrition, fitness, and everything to do with health. All right? So what is the health matrix? We're talking about a control system here, programmed into our brains from a young age, where, again, we are told that it's perfectly normal to be overweight and to be on numerous medications. And a lot of these medications people are supposed to take for the rest of their lives. And we're not told the most basic things about health: what to eat, how to breathe, how to navigate the world physically so that you can be the physical embodiment of what it is to be healthy, which is strong, flexible, healthy, good skin, disease-free, lots of energy naturally, sleeping well, and in a healthy environment. And this goes across everything. So this is the health matrix. We're not just talking about physical health. We're talking about psychological. We're talking about metaphysical health, spiritual health, and even like the things that we allow into our minds from the outside world, i.e. the mainstream media and all the garbage, and it is garbage, that they flood us with on a daily basis. And I also do one-on-one coaching. I'm not here to plug that, but you can get a hold of me directly. I will talk more about that in future videos. But what I want to talk about here is, what is the matrix? Just like in the movie, they talk about control, right? Keeping people in fear is the best way to control a population. And while we live in a purportedly free society, as in you can go outside and you can drive wherever you want for the most part, I'm kind of generalizing here, but you can go around and you can go down the street and grab food. You can go to the store and grab all the supplies you need for the most part. All the basics and necessities that you need are pretty much at your disposal if you live in the Western world. I'm not targeting people here that live in like the middle of nowhere with very little money and resources, okay? And I know that there's a lot of people out there that are like that, low-income cities, not a lot of expendable money. That's something we'll have to talk about in the future, about the financial matrix. But what I'm talking about here is the fact that, for the most part, we have access to all the tools you need. And if you're resourceful and you have the right information, you can stay incredibly healthy. You can age beautifully. You can be physically free of disease and injury, and that's something that I've been doing for years. I'm almost 40 years old now. People usually can't believe that I'm 39 years old, and I'm not here to brag about that or anything, but I like to be an embodiment of what happens when you actually are healthy, right? And that doesn't mean by any means that I'm perfect and don't do negative behaviors. You know what I mean? It's just doing the basic things. I'll talk about that all throughout future videos when it comes to drinking enough clean water, eating the proper foods, breathing, psychological health, meditation, all that stuff, using specific herbs, nutrients, different protocols, working out properly, stretching your body, treating your muscles right, treating your organs right, treating your skin right, treating your mind right to get to the healthiest way that you can be. So the Matrix fills people with fear. First of all, afraid of external things that are going to make them sick. We all have seen this in the last few years with the nonsensical behaviors that have permeated through society. Okay? I'm not going to go into that in direct detail here, but it's self-doubt and fear. The world is out to get you. Human beings are destroying the world, and you are basically just a bacteria on this giant planet that we call Earth, and you're an enemy, and nature doesn't like you, and there's viruses out to kill you, and the only way that you can be healthy is if you go constantly have interventions and take different medications to lower your cholesterol levels or to lower your blood pressure. And all these things, you're basically treated like a robot in this system. Everything's based off of numbers, not your lifestyle. It's very hard to find and create relationships with people in real life where you're not just viewed as a money-making statistic, where you have X, Y, and Z, and so the prescription for that is this, that, and the other drug, and that's why these industries make so much money, more and more every single year, year after year, and not only that, but the health of people goes down precipitously. Look around you, overweight on the rise, obesity's on the rise, depression's on the rise, anxiety. People are getting bombarded with information. They're not out in nature the way they can. They're not taught what to do. And so all these industries are making tons and tons of money. They're expanding their influence. They're attempting to shut down dissent, and they want you basically, and this is the crux of the video, they want you fat, stupid, dependent, fearful, procrastinating, lazy, divided, dissected, and destroyed in many ways. That's as simple as I can put it. It's not meant to be negative. It's just the truth of the matter. You can't get after these problems if you don't admit that there's problems. You have to see the problem first, and then you can find the solutions. That's what we're going to do here. So, just like in the movie The Matrix, and this is a widely known, actually, theory of the world that we live in, is that everything's based off of frequency and vibration. You know, your frequency is what you frequently see, and you hear people say that they're vibing at a high frequency, or some people you can just tell are vibing at a higher frequency. They walk around, they're glowing, they're more positive, they're more resourceful, they're more potent. I guess the word I'm looking for is they're more direct, they're more confident. That's the word. They're more confident in what they're doing, and they're not driven by fear and self-doubt all the time. Those people are vibing high. And then on the other side, you've got people that are constantly doing the opposite. And this is what the system wants from you, which means they're isolated, they're doping themselves through the myriad of ways that this can be done, whether it be drugs and alcohol or porn, or social media scrolling, comparing themselves to others, endless binge watching of videos, and not reading books, and basically just allowing themselves to have the attention of a goldfish, right? And society also is constantly trying to drive into that somehow this is actually normal. And again, then you get into the prescription drugs, and you're drugged into oblivion, and this is what they want from you, because you're easier to control that way. The powers that be do not want people that are smart, physically healthy, intelligent, curious, confident, and know how to make money and know how to, be resourceful. Again, is a word I'll go back to. Be very resourceful, because they don't make a lot of money off of that, and then you're not easy to control, and then you start spreading that information to other people and proving that it's possible, and you become an enemy. As Napoleon Hill talks about in Outwitting the Devil, the opposition, right? So we're dealing with an energy field here. And when you raise your frequency through different things, you're reprogramming this matrix. You're reprogramming yourself, you reprogram your physical cells, your genetic makeup, your DNA, whatever it might be. I'm not here to get religious. I'm not here to talk about anything too fancy. But however you view this, the matrix is the control system. And you don't have to live there, because I believe that we're here to do things that are impactful. We have gifts. We're here to help other people in some way, shape, or form, whether it is through what I do, which is help people how to be physically healthy, to be injury-free, disease-free, to get off the medications, to break through this health matrix. Maybe you are a fantastic artist, someone like me that can't draw a circle, but I know people that are fantastic with paint and pastels, and they can write like crazy, and they can use that gift to help humanity. It doesn't have to be physical, right? There's people that help people physically, psychologically, spiritually. There's people that are good at disseminating information. There's people that are good with computers. There's people that are good with cars, so they can keep your gas-powered car running and, not cost an arm and a leg to do that. But anyway, we're all here to do these things. And the Matrix, though, wants to keep you through the various systems that we'll talk about in other videos, such as the education system, the media matrix, social norms and social peer pressures, and then financial devastation, which is one of the tools that they use to sap your wealth and make it feel like no matter what you do, everything becomes more expensive, and they do not equip you with the tools to go and make more money, and you're basically stuck in these systems. But we want to break free of that. They also want you to be focused on the three-dimensional material world that we're in. So you're obsessed with the addictions. That's all material stuff. People are chasing after money. They're chasing after cars. They're chasing after fancy clothes that they don't wear and that nobody gives a shit about, right? Nobody cares what you're wearing except for you. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be presentable in public. There's nothing wrong with that. But people think if you have a $200,000 watch, the only person that cares is you. Other people may be impressed by these things, and I'm not judging. If you can afford that, that's great. I know people that can. That's not the point. The point is that people are obsessed with physical things that are outside of their financial reach, and so they end up wasting resources. So most people, the whole thing comes down to fear, right? When you can conquer your own self mentally, and you can reduce the fear, and this comes through discipline and practice and going out and trying new things and getting out of your comfort zone. When you can get out of the fear, you can start to step into your purpose and really make an impact. And once you impact one person, it creates massive confidence, and then you make yourself better. And you start disciplines. You get up early, you work out, you eat better, you meal prep, you learn about nutrition, you learn about health, you learn how to breathe properly. You learn how to really in through the nose, out through the mouth. It clears your mind up. You're reducing toxins. You keep yourself clean. You read books. You get real information. And this, this creates a ripple effect where you can actually really thrive in this world, because we're not put here to be slaves. That's what they want us to be, but we're here to make an impact, and not just to be happy all the time like the news wants us to, like in the book Brave New World, right? It's not about being happy all the time. It's about being impactful and making a change and making an impact on society. So that's the health matrix, guys. I'm going to keep this a bit short. I like long form content, but I'm going to do shorts. I'm going to do everything on here. I will talk more about my one-on-one coaching and other videos, links, the website, the whole deal, personalized nutrition programs, fitness programs, mindset training, all that stuff. But I just wanted to make this opening video to explain what we're doing. If it seems like something that you're interested in, subscribe, like the channel, share it. I will talk to you guys more in the future. And the last thing I will say here is get out of your comfort zone and just work one decision at a time. Eat healthier, get physically healthy. It doesn't matter if it's the smallest thing. Go for a walk, get a gym membership, go talk to people, go out and get some sunlight. Don't be afraid of nature. That's not out to kill you like we're being told, right? Be smart about it. Don't go shake hands with the black bear. Let's be smart about this, right? But don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go for what you're going for. There's plenty of us out there here to support you. And we just want the best of everyone because we can bring ourselves into a new golden age of prosperity. So that's what I got for you guys. I'll talk to you more in future videos. Peace.